Hello, long time no see. This is a little update video talking about what's been going on, why I've been so inactive, and what I'm planning for the future. You might have seen that in the time I haven't been uploading casual stuff, I have been doing a few projects such as the Daniel Gunn video, the behind the scenes. I then uploaded a video with my friend, and most recently it was a short film that I made with my sister. Daniel Gunn was my first attempt at sort of a short documentary. It was for a uni assessment and I didn't get the highest grade that I wanted on it, but I'm still very, very proud of it. When I submit things to uni for assessment and I get feedback, I often get very discouraged if it's negative feedback. Negative is a very strong word, but what I mean by it is sort of when people tell me that things are wrong or when I haven't done something as good as I could have. Don't get me wrong, I love feedback. I love to hear about how I can improve on my work, but when I hear that I've spent so long on a project and I'm completely in love with it and then I found out someone else isn't, it is a little bit disheartening. That being said, I keep rewatching the Daniel Gunn video and I can't help but love it because I put so much time into it and it's very reminiscent of the kind of stuff that I used to watch in the early 2000s. So maybe it's not everybody else's cup of tea, but I thoroughly enjoy watching it. That's not a narcissistic thing, it's not because my face is in it, it's just because this is the kind of content that I enjoy. Making the behind the scenes was so fun. It's not something that I did with the World Beyond, the World Before video, but it is something that I will probably do on future projects. That's because the World Beyond, the World Before was very... I don't even know how to describe it. There was so much that went into it. I didn't have the time to actually do a behind the scenes because I was so focused on making sure that I had a coherent narrative. I wouldn't call myself a poet, but I do love doing poetry, which is why I've included the poem. It wasn't supposed to be that at first. It was supposed to be a narrative on Cornish folklore about how piskies lead people astray on the moors. And it very much did stray very far from that because I had a bit of difficulty trying to figure out the visuals. That being said, what it turned into, I think, was something beautiful, perhaps a little bit amateur considering it's my first narrative short film. But I do very much love it and I'm so proud of myself and my sister for what we managed to pull together. Now that the little bit of talk about what I've been doing already is out the way, let's talk about why I haven't been doing more. You will notice that I am in a different setting. I moved into a new uni house back in September and this is my final third year in uni. So I am extremely busy, but I do hope that I can get more content out now. Doing YouTube is something that I just decided to do on a whim in the first lockdown, and I didn't realise I was going to enjoy it so much. I love sharing things that I enjoy. I love sharing my stories, I love sharing historic facts, educational videos, which is a lot of the stuff that will be on the channel eventually. So I've got some ideas planned for what I want to make videos about. I would love to make a video about all the books I've been reading and all the books I will be reading very soon. I've very much turned from someone who enjoys fiction to someone who enjoys non-fiction. So many history books are on my shelf at the moment and so many sort of factual, historical, everything. It's ridiculous. Let's just include this little portion. I've got two books on the go at the moment. One is Cornovia by Craig Weatherhill. My mother brought this for me for Christmas because I asked for it and oh, what a brilliant book. And this one is Never Greater Slaughter by Michael Livingston, which is about the Battle of Brunanburh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and the birth of Britain. What else I've been doing with my time has been preparing for my next uni project, which is in this very unassuming black book. The next term hasn't even started yet, but I've already started planning. This is our final major project and I am doing it about exploring Cornish heritage and landscape. Very predictable of me. Last term I had a workbook which has already been handed in and I might make a video showing you it when I get it back. So then I can talk through the filming process and the editing process. Even though I didn't have any behind the scenes clips, I can show you what I did to make the World Beyond, the World Before video. In this book I've already hand-drawn, very impressed with myself, a map of Cornwall, and also we've got a first page including some little sketches of topics about Cornwall. It might be backwards on the video, but we've got mining heritage, Cornish language, Bodmin, national minority status, all those kinds of things that are going to be sort of squished together into an overall narrative about Cornwall. My next project isn't going to be a video, but I do plan on doing small videos about each topic of Cornwall or talking you through each photo shoot, behind the scenes of the photo shoots. I will be producing, hopefully, a handmade photo book of all the historic sites in Cornwall. Not all of them, that's dramatic. I was going to do something where it's like 5,000 years of Cornwall or something stupid like that. However, I'm going to make a short story kind of thing called Echoes of the Ancients, talking about my personal fascination with walking the same paths that people in history have walked. You know, we get all these tracks on the moors which are so trodden by thousands of feet every single year that you just don't think about who else has walked that path. Someone else could have walked that path yesterday, someone else could have walked that path 100 years ago, or even 1,000 years ago, and we don't know because it's been lost to time. So I'm going to make a photo book looking at historic sites in Cornwall, Cornish heritage, talking about these paths, the echoes of the ancients that live within the land. And that will be not just the moors like I've been focusing on the last couple videos, but also coastal stuff, woodland stuff. I'm going all out for this one. And I have to pitch this first to my tutors. Hopefully they will agree that it's a fine enough thing and it's not too broad. I do have a vision, it is just a lot at the moment. So we will see how it goes. I just wanted to make this video to sort of talk you through why I've been absent and talk about what I will be doing. To be honest, I don't know if many people care. I don't care if many other people care. I love to see engagement on my videos and see that people have enjoyed them, but I also just do this for myself. When I really get down to it, honestly, my greatest passion is sharing with the world my love for Cornwall and my love for history. I had this big period in my life where I sort of strayed away from it. I had a huge love of animals after my love for history just started to sort of fizzle out. And don't get me wrong, I still love animals, I still love nature, but my big passion has returned, and that is history and looking at the past. So I'm trying to sort of weave these two things together. Natural history. When people talk about natural history, yes, it is about the natural environment, but the history bit, maybe I'm doing it completely wrong by just focusing so much on that word, but it's just as much about the history of nature as it is about nature itself. And with natural history comes human history. And that's what this is all about, is tying those two things together to make that true passion of mine come to life and share that passion with you. So I very much hope that in the future I can make more professional videos and better content, more enjoyable content, like the past few things that I've been doing, to share with you all and also to fill the void in my heart. Thank you for watching this little update video. I'm sure it's longer than I intended it to be, but at the end of the day, I've got it all out now, and in the future you can expect stuff that's a little bit less rambly and a little more coherent with educational or something nice and fun. So this is Han on Earth signing off. I shall see you soon. Goodbye.